All right. Hey guys, it's Zetas. Today is the day of the Game Awards, and if you haven't seen my video, I did a prediction slash rant slash analysis of the nominees for every award. Today I'm going to be voting for each of the nominees to show you who I specifically voted for. Though for the most part, it's going to be obvious if you saw the other video, but you probably didn't. If you want to see my predictions, you can go ahead and go to that video. Right now, let's get to the voting. So, off the bat, I'm going to vote Game of the Year. Of course, I'm going to go with Spider-Man. These are the last votes. For some reason, the page wouldn't let me pick right from there. I had to go to nominees. If you're going to vote today, go to the nominees tab, click there, and you can do the voting for today. They're not closed yet, but this is the last time I can vote before tonight. So I just voted for Spider-Man for Game of the Year. That's who I hope wins. Best ongoing game. I just keep going with Fortnite. I tried it a little bit. But I wouldn't really give it to any of the other ones there. Best game direction. Pretty much for everything that Spider-Man is in, I'm just voting because it's Spider-Man. I'm a fan of Spider-Man. The game was freaking amazing. I don't need to justify my choices. Not at all. It certainly wins the best narrative for me. Now, to be fair, this is like the only thing out of anything here I've actually played. Best art direction, I go with Octopath Traveler. Haven't played it yet, but I have a feeling that's going to win. Even without my intervention. Best score, music. Again, going with Spider-Man. Just figured I'd do these last set of votes now, while I'm still able to. Not that I'm not sure how much I'm going to impact. But I've done multiple votes. I've been since they started. I think this site's been up for at least the nominees on the site have been up for at least a month. Of course, I'm gonna go Yuri Lowenthal. Who wouldn't? That performance was divine. Games for Impact. I go with this thing called Florence. It appears a good few times. I don't know what it is, but it looks like I'm sure it's there for a reason. I go with Celeste for Best Independent Game. Haven't played it, but I've heard good things about it. I'm not sure who's most likely to win. If you want, I'm not 100%, but you want to get my perspective on that, I have the predictions video, which will essentially become irrelevant in like 8 hours. So that's great. Not like it did very well at all anyway. My channel is pointless, but that's okay because it's for fun. So I just go Tetris because I don't care about anything else in VR. Tetris is the only thing I know from that. Not that I played this version of it. Maybe it sucks for all I know. Best action. I understand the difference. I get it, but just make it one category and don't put filler. Best RPG. I hope this award doesn't get shafted like last year. Like last year, I'm going Octopath Traveler. It's either going to be that or Dragon Quest XI. I would assume. Probably this one, though. Again, this is not the predictions video. That should be obvious to a lot of people. I mean, but what do I know? I hope the best RPG doesn't get shafted this year because it was shafted last year. No question. Completely shafted. It was just shown as a banner at the bottom, while awards you didn't no one gave a rat's ass about were being shown on stage. The Game Awards were great, were amazing last year, but it's still got some kinks that need to be worked out. Hopefully, this show will be good. I'm actually looking forward to it. Last year made me love the Game Awards, and I thought I would hate them. I only watched the Game Awards last year because of Breath of the Wild. That was never played a Zelda before Breath of the Wild, but that was some good stuff. I'm never gonna forget that experience. I'll always be a Kingdom Hearts guy, but Breath of the Wild beats a good few of the Kingdom Hearts games for me, even as a Kingdom Hearts fan. It is some legendary stuff. Had every right to win Game of the Year last year. Had they picked anything else, no one would ever take the... I mean, to be fair, had they picked something else... I guess if they picked Mario, they would have been okay. But if they had picked... Really, but honestly, if they had picked anything else... no one would have taken them seriously ever again. And something that's really... I guess kind of stupid more than interesting is... CBS, I think it's CBS, is doing their own game awards called the Gamers' Choice Awards, which means it's everyone's opinion. It's the opinion of like all the, which you could argue, okay, that might say, oh, well, doesn't that make it more relevant than the Game Awards? You think that, but like, you know when the Game Awards are tonight on the 6th. This Gamer's Choice Awards is on the 9th. You're high if you don't think that's a coincidence. Obviously, they're trying to compete and outdo the Game Awards because television networks like CBS, though they're arguably one of the least terrible news channels, least terrible being the key words. They're certainly the least terrible. They're not Fox or CNN. But they're not great. No news channels are great. Yeah, but they're clearly trying to compete with the Game Awards, and it's probably going to fail. Although I will say they do have an award that I wish they had the Game Awards. Most anticipated game of 2019, as in like having that award would have been awesome for the Game Awards. And there are a few awards in this esports section. Not this one. Some I explain, I talk about in my predictions / rant video. You know, individuals and teams, like the esports players themselves. I'm all for that. But there's some other awards in here I just don't understand. But I've already talked about that plenty in my previous video. I don't need to waste any more time on it. It's not worth my time or energy anymore. But as for this Gamers' Choice Awards, I don't know. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a nominee for... I did vote for it, but only once, because only once. I only voted for that once. And I'm not really going to bother with anything else for that. Kingdom Hearts 3 is one of the nominees for Most Anticipated Game 2019. I should assume that's obviously going to win. I don't see what else would win. Especially since it's like not even 2 months away at this point. So I'm freaking ecstatic. More than I've probably ever been, ever. I know, you can tell just by the tone of my voice. I'm pretty monotone. That's just kind of how I am. Sometimes I get a little pissed, but I'm mostly monotone. I sound very emotionless. Like I don't give a rat's ass about anything. And for the most part, that tends to be true. Okay, I think that was the last that would be the last category. Just gotta make sure I didn't miss any of them. If you didn't get all the badges, you have to get voting for the voting for everything badge. You have to like sign up with like your email for some reason. They don't really explain that. This website doesn't explain everything with like the badges, like a badge system. I got all of them. I like tinker with it. I don't really get it. They should have like explained how everything worked with that, but they didn't. Not a big deal. And it's not like getting all the badges boost your vote. You boost your vote by sharing the thing you voted for, which I don't really have the time or patience for. Because one thing I'll say about these Gamers' Choice Awards coming up is that it's the votes for like the players and not media sites. Because I think the players in this are 10%, the media sites are 90%. But the quality games are still the quality of games, so you're not going to see that many differences. Although this year is going to be quite a big fight between Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption 2. It's not like last year where like everyone knew what they want, where everyone could unanimously, for the most part, agree. Even many of the Super Mario Odyssey fans didn't think it made sense even for them to win. Some of them would have preferred it, but I would think a fair amount of them would understand Breath of the Wild was pretty much guaranteed. Okay, well, I'm done with the voting. So, I would say that it makes the most sense to expect that this year is going to be very heated between Spider-Man, God of War, Spider-Man, Red Dead Redemption 2. Nothing. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't have anything bad to say about these other three. But I said in my predictions video, it's gonna be a heated battle, and I'm very interested to see what's gonna come of that. Well, I think that's all for today. I'll give my impressions of the Game Awards tomorrow. Yeah, because after the Game Awards are done, I'm going to be tired and not want to feel like doing anything. So that'll be that for me. This is a bit. I hope you guys have a good one.